is here!
Yeah, it's your boy Champ, and this is the Champ is Here show.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, Mr. Longchamp here, co-hosting.
And today we have a very special guest. I have my boy here, Chris Lee. He is the CEO of Lee Realty and Moving Keyz. So we have a
Thank you guys. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so Mr. Lee,
Yes,
how
sir.
are you doing today?
I'm good, man. I can't complain, and I'm sure nobody would even care if I did.
Okay.
That's the time that we are right now.
Yeah, so tell us about yourself and what do you do?
I just had my 39th birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday.
I do real estate, so I'm a real estate, and I'm inspired to be an aspiring real estate investor. Currently, I'm a real estate assistant broker. So I'm an associate broker where I actually act as a broker, so I have my own team, but I act as a real estate agent as well, so I don't have to carry any of the cost of having my own brokerage.
Nice.
So yeah, I sell real estate.
Okay. So, and how did you get into the real estate game?
Well, I sold everything that wasn't stuck to the floor, so I was just looking for something that was the best sale that you can potentially make.
Okay.
And you know, I just sold sneakers, sold other things, I sold anything. And I got into real estate. Someone told me, why don't you get into real estate? And I said, why not? And I took the test. I'm pretty good at tests, so I passed it. And it was history from there. I sold my first house after about 30 days, got paid after about 3 months, and it was history from there.
Okay, so were there any struggles in the beginning? Because it's not just coming in and you're just selling houses.
No, it was lots of struggles. It was a lot of struggle. When I first started, I didn't have a car. So it was very difficult showing houses without, you know, transportation. Your clients getting to, you know, the place before you, that was kind of embarrassing. So it was tough getting through that, but I made it there. You know what I'm saying? You started the same way. So
Absolutely.
Like on average, how much was you making like on your first like few sales, like first year? Like
well, I started out I started out deciding that I was gonna do both rentals and sales because I needed to get paid, you know, immediately. So I knew rentals paid faster. I was taught, you know, I'm sure you were taught that rentals pay out a lot sooner than houses. So I decided to do both and quickly found out that you couldn't. You had to choose one or the other. It was a focus. So I decided that I was gonna choose houses. So I chose, you know, looking for houses. It was pretty tough going to houses, like I said, you know, shopping for people who are buying houses. Someone who's buying a house, you know, 9 times out of 10 they have a car. You know what I mean? Right. So, you know, I was getting around, it was tough.
Okay, so basically you really had to grind, and I know basically, you know, you're just giving us the surface, and, you know, just going through, you know, just showing the houses and not having a car. I know it could be, you know, a little difficult. So let me know, just what were you, so before the real estate, what were you into before that?
Before I got into real estate, right before it, I had a sneaker store called Pounds.
Okay.
I still, you know, I license the store now. So
you still own that store?
Yes, I still own the store, but I do license it. So just like a McDonald's, you know, I own the name, but you know, you pay me to use the rights.
Like Trump, like you could use his name.
Pretty much.
Okay. Okay. So now, because I'm on social media, and you know, you saying in the beginning, you know, you were struggling because it doesn't look like that now. You know, I'm seeing the.
Why would you say that?
I'm seeing different kind of things.
Whatever do you mean?
I'm seeing very interesting things. You know, I'm seeing the cool G's and the Benzes.
Lifestyle.
So, yeah. You know, I'm seeing a lifestyle. So, is there any other operations that you're doing other than the real estate, besides the sneaker store and selling homes?
I think that was my problem. I think I actually started to make money when I decided to just focus on real estate. I was the jack of all trades. I used to have multiple businesses. You know, like I said, sneaker stores. I had a sneaker store called Pound, then I had a shipping store called Pac-Man, then I had, you know, the sneaker convention. I had a sneaker convention called SoulCon. That was pretty huge. I had, sneaker products like Soul Totes. I created a sneaker bag that holds a bunch of sneakers.
Okay.
Many things. Then I was the brand architect for Coogee. So a bunch of things that like one time never allowed me to be great at anything.
Okay.
Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades, yeah.
I wasn't great.
So you're saying once you just focused in on the real
One of
estate.
my boys hit me up and was like, "Yo, bro, if you just took real estate serious, you'd be like in a year you'll have your own, firm." And
how long you say you been doing real estate?
now it'll be 5 years in May.
5 years.
5 years in May.
Okay, so you're seasoned.
I would say
Been
so.
around the block.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
say so.
All right. So, and you're saying now, so how do you make a transition from now going from real estate broker to going into real estate investor? So can you just break that down to me? So how?
I'm learning it as I watch others. Like, there's many ways of learning how to do certain things. Like, you can read it, you can learn by trial and error, or you can watch other people do it that, done it successfully, so you can, limit the amount of loss that you have. So
Okay.
I decided to start watching these investors that we work with, the ones that I introduce you to sometimes. I watch them very closely, and it's just like anything else. You buy low, you sell high, but the whole game is how to get the actual product. It's like, the game's like how to find, the plug. You have to find the plug. So if you could find where to get these houses, which is, whether it be at the auction, knowing someone who can get houses on like wholesale.
All right, cool. So, the next question I want to ask you is, being the real estate game that it is today, because we were talking about the game,
Okay.
how, in the time of COVID, because we're in a recession right now, how has that impacted the real estate game, and how has that impacted the way that you do business, and how has it been different from before COVID, and how is it going to be moving forward?
To answer just the last question first, how it is going to be going forward, I'm not sure. I can, only speak on what's going on right now and what's happened in the past. So, in regards to how I personally do business, it's changed on a percentage of scale. Well, on a percentage of 1 to 100, I would say about 50%.
Okay.
Because a lot of my business is referrals, and a lot of the work is done before you actually go showing the house. You actually look up the property, speak to the client, get an understanding of what it is that they're looking for. So the difference is now I allow my client to go into the property on their own, or I'll go video the property before the client does.
It's like a virtual tour.
So yeah, either one of those ways.
Okay.
So that's a little different. In regards to how the market is, the market initially, before the whole COVID thing it was very strong. Yeah, we were really killing it right before everything started. Then after it started, it was just a lot of panic in the beginning. So I think a lot of people stopped.
Nobody know what's going on, so it's
A lot
like
of people stopped lending.
Right.
yeah.
So I don't think a lot of buyers who are trying to buy, once you're locked in on trying to buy, like most people that were already in the process were continued buying. They didn't stop buying.
Right.
Everyone continued, but people who were on the fence, they stopped. But if you were already locked in on a house, most people stood buying unless you lost your job. So there's a lot of people whose deals fell through because they lost their job. They weren't essential, and they lost their job. So the market, to me, in a sense, just to me, got better because the interest rates dropped.
Right. It went
So
from like 3 and change to 2, correct?
Exactly. You can get a house. You can get an interest rate as low as 2.75 now.
So that's definitely better for the buyers, I would say, right?
Yes, the buyers. So yeah, I work with buyers. I mainly work with buyers, first time home buyers. So whenever there's something that makes the houses, cheaper, obviously it's more people out buying.
So let me ask you a question. So just to make it simple, right? So give me an example. If there's a house for $700,000 that I want to buy, what would be the difference in my mortgage with an interest rate? Just to make it a ballpark figure, how much would I be paying with a 3.85 interest rate rather than a 2.75 interest rate? What would be the difference?
I would say with the 3.875 interest rate, you'll be paying something around $3,900, and with a 2.8, I think on a 700, you'll be paying closer to the 3,400, 3,500.
No, what the question I meant is on the back end, like in total. You know what I mean?
Total,
like in total, so like
say
how much you'll be borrowing.
That's a good, I do know with 700,000, a 2.75 interest rate, you're borrowing 720,000, around that, 725,000 in that range.
Okay.
The interest rate is so low that it's like they're giving away free money right now.
Right. So basically, you're saving about 10 to 15,000 per se.
It could be more because it's over 30 years, so that's
It's going to compound interest.
Compound is
Right.
yeah, it gets deep. But yeah, right now the market, they say buy when there's blood in the street, or when
Correct.
there's a panic, because
Absolutely.
most smart people know to buy right now.
So this is the time. Basically, with this panic right now, basically this is the time to buy if you have the funds and the wherewithal to go in and definitely go purchase a home.
I say yes. I say yes because now houses are affordable, sellers are being more reasonable. It's a buyer's market right now.
Okay.
So, obviously I don't say go out there and, kill yourself by being unsafe, looking at houses, and, contracting, whatever is going around.
Right.
But at the same time, if you could safely look at the market right now, yeah, it's healthy.
So my next question is, because you said, things are going around. So how has that affected, open houses? Because I know that, people can't just go out and in droves and go see homes. So the 3D homes and, because I know there's new programs on Zillow, for example, so can we talk more about that?
Yeah, well, so what's happening now is the NYSAR, they stated that they are who governs us realtors, and they stated that we cannot conduct open houses or any large gatherings, anything like that. We can still show properties because we were deemed essential, but we can't do open houses. So what I decided to do, I decided to host virtual open houses through Zoom. I would go to the house, I would, send a blast email out to everyone who was actually calling about that particular property because I get leads. So I'll tell everybody I'm having this particular open house on that day, and I'm gonna send you the link to the Zoom. And it was successful the first time, so it's changed. Everything changed. I actually think I like it a lot better.
Okay.
I personally, I'm doing better right now this month than I was doing last month.
Right. Okay.
Or the month before that.
Nice. So basically, you can definitely thrive. Definitely. There's a lot of people who are, investing. Stocks numbers are dropping. Everything is dropping. So people who definitely want to get into the game, I believe that it doesn't matter what you're trying to get into, real estate, stocks, whatever.
Whatever it is, right now.
Right now, this is the time. This is the time. And to switch gears a little bit, just a little bit. You have I seen you partnered up with an auto group. Can you want to talk about that? So I know you got the bars, right? See how I said switch gears? Auto. So, yeah, go ahead.
That was good.
Yeah, I'm saying too.
Nice transition.
Yeah, I tried, you know what I mean?
All right. Well, yes. So I partnered up with my boy Angelo. Knew him for a while. I was like I said, I owned SoulCon. He used to have his own sneaker group.
Okay.
Team Soul.
Team Soul.
There was like a bunch of little kids that used to resell sneakers, and I was like the big homie at the time because I used to do sneakers a lot, you know, before them, I guess. And they used to get tables at my show, and that's how we met. So, you know, he was what, 15 at the time when I met him. So, you know, he reached out to me through Instagram, and he saw what I was doing with real estate. He was like, "Yo, Chris, you know, let's do something." He's like, I was like, all right, like what? He's like, yo, I got, you know, a dealership, or I got a leasing company. Like, let's do something. Like help me. I'm like, all right. So I pulled up to the spot, gave him my input. You know, we changed the name and changed the whole outlook of it, and like, yeah, it's pretty dope. So now it's Live the Dream Auto Group. So LTD for short.
Okay.
You know, it's pretty dope.
So with that being said, so what do you guys do? Do you sell cars? Do you lease them?
Well, you know, yeah, we lease cars. This is a leasing company. The part of the company that I'm involved in is leasing. So, you know, I love cars. I have a lot of connections when it comes to, you know, cars, mainly with Mercedes. So that's what I was able to bring, you know, on board like a few of my connections that I had, like a BMW, and, you know, I've been buying cars for a while, so I brought that on board with, you know, a couple of my brand architecture, you know, skills that I have. And yeah, so so what happens is, if you're looking to buy a car, you know, if you have the right credit, I would suggest that you lease a car, you know, if you can. Most cars, you know, go bad after a few years, but, you know, if you have a high class car, they last a lot longer. But the cars, like, you know, the lower, those cars, you
get what you pay for. You definitely want to invest in something that you're gonna
leasing is good. Leasing is a good option.
And is there any car that I can be limited to, or I can get any car?
The leasing, you're limited to what your credit can get. So basically, for instance, like if you wanted to lease a G-Wagon, you would have needed to. My bad. You would have needed to own a car of that magnitude before. Okay. You can't just go and get a G-Wagon. You probably would have needed to own a S-Class of the year for like a few years, and maybe something even doper than that. I don't know, but it was some connections that it took me to get my car. It was crazy. It was a year waiting list.
Okay. Is there anything else that you?
I wanted to kind of get a feel of what else, like what are your other passions outside of like your real estate, your, those dealerships and stuff like that. You like sports, you like, movies, music, shit like that.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
My main passion, like, I guess I recently realized my main passion is, it seems a little cheesy, but I like helping people. I like genuinely enjoy, putting people on. Like, that's what we say in the streets. Like, I enjoy, like, giving people a shot that, and like seeing someone who I feel deserves a shot actually, like, do something with the shot that I gave them, because I'm in a position that I actually could help. And even when I wasn't, I would still do it. And, so a lot of people would fumble the bag, and, like, it's good to see that, people actually do well when I actually give them a shot at doing something. So I really enjoy that. So that's my passion right now. Just, you know, looking out for people and investing in small projects and small people.
Right.
So yeah, that's my passion.
That's cool. That's cool.
That's dope, yeah. I mean, definitely, you know, I was in a position where, you know, I could benefit from that help. Chris is a guy that definitely helped me out and definitely guided me in the real estate game. So if you look at previous episodes, I was just definitely talking about, you know, different things in my journey. So yeah, definitely, man, you know. Also, is there any upcoming things, projects that you're coming up with? Is there anything that you want to talk about or?
I plan on writing a book. I finally decided on what type of book I want to write. Don't want to give too much up, but plan on writing a book. I know, you know, obviously outside is gonna open back up, so I plan on opening up like a tiki bar in Brooklyn, something similar, like a smaller La Marina.
Okay.
I want to do something like that.
That sounds like Brooklyn, where you have a location?
Yeah, right next to Keyz Plaza.
Nice.
Brooklyn, Keyz
Plaza.
Yeah, right where I have my
Brooklyn
boat.
definitely.
Yeah,
so
I have
that's
my
dope.
boat at this marina. That it's a black-owned marina, so I'm trying to buy into the marina, and I could see, you know, something like that is necessary over here. So that's what I'm trying to do.
All right. Well, that's an example of being young, black, and excellent. Chris Lee, appreciate you coming out. You know,
We ain't doing a Corona pound.
doing the
Oh,
Corona
yeah.
Pound. I mean, it's too late now. It's too late now. You know what I'm saying? It's too late.
I'm joking, bro.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Any shout outs?
You know, definitely want to shout out our viewers, our listeners. Appreciate everybody who showed up on our live. Appreciate, you know, everybody on YouTube, Spotify, Culture Media. We want to shout out AP, shout out Trex for coming through.
Yeah, AP Records, Trex. Yeah, appreciate you, City of Dreams. Just want to big shout out to Lee Realty Group, moving Keyz. Yeah, because we're moving Keyz. We are moving motivation. We are articulating progression. You know what I'm saying to you? So we just, you know, living the dream. We appreciate you coming out. And
Definitely.
shout out to the viewers on live. Appreciate you guys coming out. First time
I'll
doing
be
it.
hollering at you soon, man, because I'm trying to jump into real estate too. But we're gonna talk
Yeah,
about
definitely.
that
Everybody needs to.
after the.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
We're gonna talk about that off cameras.
All right, y'all. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Cheers.